So, very good morning, good evening for anyone who may see this recording at a later point of time. We are on the WSC community call, that is Will Skill Chill community. So 16th of April. So actually, we have started this on 19th of March. And at that time, just Sai Nikit joined, and after that, I think we did not record 19th of March, but 26th of March onwards we started recording it. So first and foremost, acknowledgement to Sai Nikit for actually being part of making this community active. Actually, yeah. So Sai Nikit is an IT professional. So he's someone who just saw whatever I was sharing in the Quora, Telugu, and he also probably related to my ex-employment. That's the reason probably he looked that up. So Sai Nikit, having attended 2 sessions, can you summarize what you actually got out of WSC community so far?
Yes, sir. I would like to summarize. Just give me a minute, sir.
That's okay. Whatever points that you can actually recollect and tell, because I know you have attended at least 2 sessions. I know you might have missed 1 or 2 sessions. That's okay. If you can get the intention as well as what this is about.
Yes, sir. I have attended. I just missed 1 session. I have attended a couple of sessions. Yeah, based on that, I can summarize. Like I made to implement what I have learned from WSC community. But as per like my interaction with you, we have so many clues in everybody's life to do so to do something whatever we want, be it anything. But during this phase or during this journey, we might face some challenges or some hurdles in the process of achieving that. So like I felt you always discuss about the direction when it comes to the WSC community. I felt the WSC community helps us to give some kind of direction towards the solution elements, which in turn helps us to overcome those challenges.
Okay.
Yeah, and I felt like we can connect with like-minded or growth-minded individuals through this community. And I felt the way we look at the things through this community, definitely it helps us to bring better perspectives to look at the solution elements, or in spite of having everything, like last time you asked me this question, in spite of having the resources, in spite of having the willpower, in spite of having the guide or whatever the person is, but still we are yet to start, and we are yet to start working on things we want. So that time I felt like, yeah, we are resistant towards change. We like that dilemma whether we can do it or not.
Right.
So I think, yeah, I hope WC community helps in that area where we can get that better perspective or that push to start the things. The very challenging phase is the initial part of starting with the things. Once we start, I think if we are consistent enough, once we start with the things, I think we are good to go. But the very initial part is that resistance is, I think, where the problem lies. And I hope, and I'm glad that I'm part of this community where I can learn from like very experienced and people who like you have so much experience into it, like in general life or in general into different things. So I'm happy to be part of this community to learn and implement and to grow together. I hope I summarize.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, see, one of the things that we've been talking about is not only about solution element. it's also about gaining more clarity about problem
Clarity.
statement because
Yes, sir.
yeah,
As you mentioned, the, if the problem statement is well defined, half of the problems is solved.
right.
I think that's what strike me. I think that's aha moment for me. Yes, I felt like yes, this is the thing which is the need of the hour,
Right.
which we need to shed some light on.
Yeah. So one more thing I want to talk about today: uh, leading indicators and lagging indicators. This is actually a business terminology, but we should uh, we should uh, uh, we should actually build our awareness about it. So leading indicators versus lagging indicators. Many a times we confuse one to the other. Okay. So let me try to find some resources which I can share. Leading indicator versus lagging indicator. So many a times we mistake between the two. The leading indicator is like so leading indicator is an indicator of performance that might predict future success. So sometimes we expect success too early, okay, but success actually happens a little later. Initially, effort needs to happen, okay. So uh, so for example, for instance, WSC community itself is there, okay. So first and foremost, I actually acknowledge you that you joined 2 sessions in row, and during that time, at least, I mean, I have a couple of people who already I have interaction with. You know, I have a separate thread going on with them. I just included with them, but because of you joining, some you know, some others people also started joining. Actually, the group is now 17 people strong. Okay, I know 17 people may or may not join. Okay, but maybe they'll catch some kind of a recording. You know, so right now I'm not gauging my success as to, you know, how many people actually join the session. Okay, so how many people are joining the group? Maybe they will see the activity. Maybe they see there are indicators which are sometimes. I mean, we have to know when to measure what. Okay, success is a
Yes,
lagging
sir.
indicator, whereas engagement is a leading indicator, I would say. You know, see, this can be used for I mean, this is a very standard terminologies, you know, leading indicator versus lagging indicator. Okay, so that's one terminology that I am actually leaving, and you can find you know, lot and lot of stuff about it actually. So anyway, I don't want to spend too many ideas in explaining. Once I drop a reference, somebody should be able to go and look at it, you know. So leading indicator at this point of time for several weeks for me would be, you know, me, whether I'm consistently doing this session or not. You know, if I don't do consistently this session for, let's say, 10 weeks in a row, you know, how can I expect anybody to even join actually, or even pay attention actually? Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
I'm very clear whether somebody joins or not. um, I will actually take the time. I will actually take the time to, you know, record myself actually talking about one idea or the other. Okay. Are- am I clear? You know, at least 10 sessions if I do in
Yes,
row,
sir.
then I can expect, you know, people either
You're on
joining
the
because
point.
so basically, uh, sir, sir, Veerbhadra Rao garu.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
you got what I'm talking about. You know, leading indicator and lagging indicators can be used in many ways. Many times people want to lose weight. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
and if they start measuring how much they are losing weight after immediately starting exercising, you know, every day or every week, they are in for disappointment actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mm.
weight loss is a lagging indicator that should be measured only after a quarter or even 2 quarters actually.
Yeah.
Whereas leading indicator is whether I'm sticking to my diet,
Yes.
whether I'm sticking to my routine of exercise. So this
Yes.
actually applies in many ways. So this is awareness on these things should increase. Many a times we expect success too quickly in some areas,
Yeah.
but then we underestimate you know, the success in some other areas. We underestimate ourselves actually because we get disappointed in some areas.
Yes.
I mean, am I making sense?
Yes. Truly,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Truly.
Truly. Yeah.
You are right.
కొన్ని కొన్ని విషయాల్లో మనం సక్సెస్ చాలా ఫాస్ట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తాం. This is what happens with New Year resolutions. Actually, people people will immediately hit gym. First few weeks, January lo hadaad avutundi. But then they are not seeing results. But they're measuring the wrong things actually.
Yes.
For many weeks and that's the reason why another idea. Okay, I think Mishraji also wants to join. Mishraji is anyway my sponsor.
I have a question here, sir. Can I ask?
Yes. Yeah, I have it. See, when somebody trying to join, I need to actually admit them in. Otherwise, they'll be waiting actually. Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead, Sai. What is the question?
As you said, measuring the things. How an individual can realize that what to measure and
so measurement first and foremost, there are different things to measure at different times. First and foremost, leading indicator versus lagging indicator. See, first and foremost, forget about business. In life itself, sometimes we measure the wrong things. Do you actually get that?
Yes, sir. We measure the wrong things. Yes, I agree with that.
We sometimes measure the wrong things. Actually, this requires. See, I'm not saying that I got this in one day. Okay, it took me forever to get it. Okay, so looks like there is so much of loudspeaker. Can you hear some loudspeaker in my background?
No, it's
Not
okay
much,
for.
sir.
I have noise cancellation headset actually. Mishraji, good morning. Mishraji, good morning. Can you hear us? Okay, I think looks like Mishraji got dropped off. That's fine. Sir, one of the things that I want to talk about is one is leading indicators and there is lagging indicators. And one more thing I wanted to suggest is consistency versus intensity. So many a times we target intensity too soon and without getting consistency in place actually. Is that
yes?
That's also one problem that generally people struggle with. So am I making sense with respect to consistency? Is like many times people want to be consistent with their exercise routine. So if they want to be consistent with their exercise routine, just do only 15 minutes exercise, but then build that consistency muscle over a period of 30 days. 15 minutes I'm just I'm just suggesting as an indication actually. 15 minutes may be too less, but then idea is to make it too less initially or less initially, but make it consistent. Now that you have made it consistent, you can only like chase one rabbit at a time.
Yeah.
So many times people try to chase two rabbits at the same time, or three rabbits at the same time, and then everything escapes actually. So you need to think hard about which is my problem. Many times maybe people take too many initiatives. I don't know. WSC seems very interesting maybe, but I don't know what other initiatives we are all taking up for yourself. That's the reason why I am saying that okay, only once in a week. Of course, WhatsApp will be on for any interaction, but then once in a week, Sunday 8 to 8:40, I try to talk about this. Obviously, will skill chill, I represent them as three dimensional changes that we need to bring in ourselves. Figuring this out and writing about it actually took me one whole year actually during the period of 2018 to 2019. I know Mishraji is one person who was impressed with at least the amount of openness with which I wrote that book actually. So Mishraji, is your network stable right now? Mishraji, are you able to hear us?
Yeah. I'm in the park, so intermittent. Okay.
Okay.
My connectivity would be intermittent. I may not be able to 100%.
Fair enough. No problem. So you're going through your morning routine and still be part of will skill chill conversations. Huh? So tell me, joining this session is that a measure of will, or is it measure of skill, or is it measure of chill for Mishraji, for you? Did you get my question? Hello.
Hello.
Mishra ji, I'm not sure whether he's consistently getting my message, but I'm asking the same question to Veerbhadra Rao garu as well as Sai Nikit. In order to attend this session every week, at the same time, does it take willingness on your part? What does it take on your part?
For me, it's my interest to change accordingly
Hmm.
for better times. Am I right?
Yeah, no. It's for everyone to see
Yeah.
this for themselves. So my question to you is obviously you are a busy man. You will have many other things, but Sunday 8 to 8:40 attending this it takes some commitment on your part. So is that a measure of will? Or, I mean, because I'm trying to put 3 dimensions now: will, skill, chill. So what does it take on your part?
So actually, the first priority is my interest to change, to have better times.
Mhm.
For that, the main important is the will.
Right.
If you have got that will, it will
Hmm.
make you automatically to attend the session. It doesn't
Correct.
mean that because it makes you prepared on your own.
Right.
Yeah, it gives a feeling I just can't afford to miss this meeting.
Fair
It gives
enough.
it triggers a feeling that it makes you. I think basically it's a will.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. So, actually, after I started this in March, whatever, I made those first 3 chapters also free read now. Okay. So anybody did some reading on the 3 chapters actually?
So I did not do, sir.
That's fine. Sai Nikit, did you try
I said,
reading? Huh?
even I'm yet to no, complete those things. I just started with the first chapter, but I'm yet to finish. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Uh,
So,
but I really want to read those chapters and even read the book as well.
Mishra ji, how much you yourself read the book? I know 3 years ago you got interested about the book, but how much did you sample the book? Honestly. Mishra ji, I think you're probably walking or you're going around. I'm not sure whether you are able to get my question. That's okay. So I'll not ask further questions until you I mean, I know that you are able to answer. So one thing that today I think his network is too unstable. So one thing that I wanted to uh, basically clarify. I hope I hope there is no background noise. Because I have noise cancellation sets, but
No,
looks
sir,
like
everything is fine.
So your voice is clear.
my voice is clear, no? Because there is in the background there is a temple. Some Vedapatnam is actually I can hear. So I mean, if I just take out my headsets, I can hear there's a lot of sound that is happening on the background there, but that's okay. I'll try to focus. So today, obviously, we talked about leading indicators versus lagging indicators. So leading indicators initially need to be about something that actually highlights our own commitment to whatever task we are undertaking, not about results. Because good things in our life take time to manifest actually. So rather than trying to measure results, we need to think about what can lead to results. Obviously, it's effort. So,
Yes.
but then what are the ways in which we can measure effort? Which so that's where see in business also we actually say this. First we need to all the websites talk about initially user engagement is very important before users start becoming whatever the next level of users, or they start using features and all that. This is a standard. I mean, I'm not actually inventing, or I'm not communicating anything which is out of the blue. These are very standard terminologies, but the thing is that we can use this same knowledge to our own self actually. So which ones should we use leading indicators? Leading indicators are always about your own effort, your own commitment, your own schedule, or your own something that you can focus internally. Because obviously if you can if you can do good with respect to leading indicators and trying to control them, because they are in your hands, But then results, there are some other elements that need to fall in place for results to take place, but they happen later. And that's the reason why they use a term called lagging indicator. I mean, lagging results always lag, efforts. So a pretty standard terminology. So I use the same thing just to again further communicate that initially, we don't, because I will definitely have ideas to put up challenges like, Will's challenge, skill challenge. For instance, I can talk about, after I started this, after I started this session, I started recording 1-minute sessions in Quora. I don't know whether some of you saw that or not,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
yes.
for nearly 3 years, I was only writing answers, but it really took me so much of array, maybe I'm hitting some kind of what do you call, stagnancy here in terms of being able to, and even my own way of articulating myself, my own way of expressing myself. The minute I start putting myself through a skill challenge of
Yeah.
trying to convey it in 1 minute, and if I do it, I have done the same thing with respect to writing. Actually, see, my book, I'm not some great author, some who suddenly woke up one night and wrote the book. Actually, I'm somebody who started blogging 15 years ago. Every week, at least 2 blogs went out of my page, went out of my email box to some dozens of people. So that's the reason why over a period of time you see yourself as I'm a blogger, now I'm a writer. From blogger to writer itself was of course a transition. I'm not saying again whatever I wrote, it is a like runaway success or anything like that, because I wrote about transition, and COVID happens to be the biggest transition in humanity. That's what I still
Of
say.
course.
That's what I
Yes.
still say. I'm no expert on transition. I'm not no expert on the whole. But the point is that I'm part of transition. So like that, everybody is a part of transition. So if we see ourselves, as well as life as a series of transitions, which is nothing like waves that come, and we just need to equip ourselves to navigate through those waves, and
Yes.
obviously uh, take small actions, but consistently. So consolidate the actions that you have taken at a small level, and then as you have consolidated them, now you can take a next level of action. So for instance, um, um, I was I was actually trying to put myself through both in the last 1 month, both will, skill, as well as chill, 3 levels of different challenges actually. So I can talk about that specifics later, but that's for me. Okay, Sainik, you raise your hand.
Yes, sir. I want to ask you a question here.
Mhm.
So, as you said, the effort comes into the leading factor,
Mhm.
comes under. So, the very challenge I felt is effort is like the consistency, the efforts. Yeah, these things are fine. Like if a person is consistently putting efforts, but still not able to get the results. Okay, the result, like mm, it might come late. But the another challenge I faced there is efforts in the right direction.
Okay.
Putting efforts is one thing. Putting
Hmm.
efforts in the right direction is one thing.
Right. So
So
can
if
you
we
be a little
take
more
it,
specific? Can you be little more specific? What specific challenge you are having?
yeah, like sometimes I feel like I'm just doing the things randomly
Okay.
and not able to properly, as you said, whatever we do in life, we need to measure like how much we are learning or how much we are able to gain within the span of 1 week or within the span of 24 hours or 1 month, unless and until we stop and introspect uh, what we are actually getting from where we are putting efforts. Maybe after 6 months down the line, feel like I didn't learn anything. It feels like again zero, or it feels like I'm in a blank state. Sometimes, yeah, that's what I feel, sir. Like efforts in the right direction. Like even it took me almost 2 decades to realize that I always have this, intention and
What? Two
my
decades? 2 decades? Are you kidding me? You're 23, 24. Okay, so you're just starting. Okay.
I mean,
Huh.
no, sir. I'm just saying 2 decades in the sense, even my student life, even during my graduation, I never felt like uh, i- I only think that hard work is the only important thing. I mean, of course, along with the smart work, but hard work with the right effort, in the right direction. I felt it's 2 decades in the sense, except laying the initial like 4 or 5 years, like during my student, journey, or maybe the two. It's been just few months back. I started introspecting and I realized that I think, yeah, efforts in the right directions. We need to introspect and we need to reflect on, mm, frequently, to check
Yeah,
whether
but so
are we doing it in the
that
right
frequently need not be like every day. Okay, so for
every day.
everything,
Yes, sir.
it need not be every day. Every day may be too soon. Okay, so we need to have this perspective. So I also said WSC is also wise self control, because sometimes 10 things call us, at the same time. So that is when you should not do 10 things. You should do only 2 things. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so that could be one problem. See,
And people say that
obviously
if
there
you
is a
don't do it in the right direction, it's like going to be like donkey work sign kind of thing. You won't get much out of it, and
yeah.
you won't
So
even
so bet-
realize that.
so bettering direction is an ongoing journey. Okay, it is not a challenge only you 20 somethings have that journey, that problem. Even 40 somethings have, 50 somethings also will have that problem.
Yes.
Anyway, Veerabhadra sir, you raise your hand. You want to make some point?
Sir, I appreciate actually the coining of words like consistency and
In,
and intensity.
intensity, yeah.
Intensity. Really, I think I can correlate especially with our efforts and end results.
Right.
Most of the people, they look at the end result first, then they think about their efforts.
Right.
But with my little experience, I can share that
Hmm.
end results can be an incidental happening, but efforts can't afford to be an incidental thing. Efforts need to be 100% highly intentional. See,
Right.
when you put on consistent efforts, there is obviously a stage you tend to learn at every stage, whether that particular stage is a good with the result or bad with the result.
Correct.
But when you are focused,
Hmm.
when you are highly consistent about putting your efforts,
Correct.
you can see the solution always on your own. So I think even instead of looking at the end results at a with more concentration, just concentrate on your efforts. Try to learn from every effort,
Hmm.
every end result. Then I think you will make it a positive result on your own, and also you can be exemplary also.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you for expressing that, because there is a saying, na, don't put the cart before the horse, because horse and cart is there, na? Who is
Yes,
pulling what? So
yes, yes.
horse is pulling. I mean, of course. See, one advantage I have is being highly introverted during my childhood. I used to read a lot, actually, both in Telugu,
Mm,
and after that it became English also. So, but then I was not a good speaker actually for a long time. So
mm,
that's the reason why only through writing I was expressing and gradually growing my confidence.
yes.
So what you're seeing is an effect of training more than 12,000, 13,000 software engineers during different points of time. And I
Yeah.
am sure one third of those people would have thought that, Array, this person, look at his communication skills. He is claiming to be
Yes. Yes.
my trainer. Look at his. I mean, because we have a um, see, because my YouTube videos are still not really good, in the sense, they're not like that flashy videos of what do you call, the influencer videos. So obviously I'm not in that league yet. So I'm maybe I'm not intending to go in that direction. So I'm only trying to see, the kind of difference that I need to make. And I'm not actually doing this only for the sake of community. I'm only
Yeah.
trying to get some momentum. And when I'm actually conversing about this, because 2021, 2022, I was not doing. I mean, because I was back in a corporate job, and I was not actually
Okay.
focusing on any on the training front. But now, at least a couple of companies are actually talking to me. Okay, yeah, we need this more of an authentic dialogue.
Yes.
Training is not that whole day training, just 2 hours in a
Yeah.
week. As
Yeah.
long as I can put the right questions and people have
Yeah.
the confidence that, okay, no, we need right questions to be framed, and people need to, use their own thinking.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm very clear, as I generate momentum, I want to use it in a corporate sense where I can use it, for my bread and butter. But in the community front, I want to make it as a dialogue which is expanding, which where people can participate it for themselves.
I think if I can add,
Mhm.
I think the foremost requirement is you need to be a learner
Mm,
at every stage,
true.
and you need to be a learner with every one person.
Mm,
Whether sometimes even the person is not illiterate, but
mm.
there are some certain things you can learn from them.
Sir,
So this will
sir,
help.
sir, how long you've been an entrepreneur, sir? Probably your experiences also will guide us in the sense in how long you have set up your business, how much time it took for you to set up your business, and whatever is some ups and downs you have seen along the way.
Yeah, in fact, my entrepreneur setup along with my wife, it is around 18 years.
Oh wow.
Oh,
It's
that's
18
great.
years. Yeah. And in that reason, basically, well before this, being an entrepreneur as a part-timer, I would need to say, because well before this, I was in pharma marketing, and also I was in HSBC in corporate customer services, back-end operations for overseas.
Hmm.
And then with all the developments, in fact, my wife started, I need to add to your efforts, I need to do something. So
Hmm.
then God has shown us one medical shop,
Hmm.
in fact. So it has given an idea for my wife, at least let me join to your efforts also, let me look after this medical shop, and then you can do on your own job or something like that. So in that way, in fact, I need to tell you, my wife doesn't know anything about this medical shop or pharmacy or anything related. But I think if I am not trying to boast myself about my wife's efforts, but it's a fact that it is the effort of her that adapting to changes, learning to know at every stage what actually is required. So this way we were successful in maintaining the shop for 18 years. And also, in fact, to tell you, in fact, more than me, the customers, they come and ask for my wife to suggest a better medicine than me.
Oh, wow.
See
Sir,
here, this is yeah.
you're grown into multiple shops also, right? I mean, chain of shops.
No, sir. As of now, we only have one shop
Oh, okay.
at present.
Mm,
Yeah, but even the thing is, no, the wide presence and also good customer orientation, she could develop on her own.
wow.
Once again, I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to boost myself. I could see an example. I
Mm,
could see an example because as for my job activity, I was not very active in my shop.
mm,
But Ed will say she could take it as a learning point, adapting herself,
mm.
understand the requirements. I think today she's bit successful about with my business. So yeah,
It's a
here
partnership
yeah,
actually. It's more of a partnership actually. So you are able to channelize your knowledge in your field into
yes,
an
sir.
area of an enterprise for yourself as well as your wife. Yeah.
Yeah. So here the thing is no that constant focus on you putting efforts,
Mm,
learning ability, willingness to learn,
mm,
and also when you have that willingness to learn, you tend to develop some skill.
mm.
When you develop the skill, no, it will help you to adapt to the change.
Absolutely,
And
sir.
it's a chill. It's a moment of chill for everyone.
You- I just wrote the book. You just living. You are somebody who is living through it. Actually.
Nice of you, sir. Nice
Excellent.
of you. Because the moment I could meet the first time, somehow I got connected on a different wavelength. Frankly, to tell you, I think 1 year back, I believe we met.
Yeah, we met during that
Correct.
Satyam Heights, Satyam Heights. Yeah, yeah.
No, certainly. Yeah, in my daughter's play.
Correct.
I think then I could develop one a good frequency of wavelength. I'm on par with your thoughts.
Mm,
Some I could see your body
Great.
language, I could see your communication and all. In fact, well before that, with my profession in pharma marketing,
mm.
this WSC is the integral part of doing your job. The pharma marketing, you know pretty well, medical representative.
Right,
So
of
you
course.
need to be,
I have
yeah,
a friend actually who comes from pharma marketing. We were very good
Really?
colleagues, and he has taken that now to software also very well. See, many a times we need to understand that skills are transferable from one context to
Yes,
another context.
that is right. So
And
when that
mm,
yes, sir. See, when you have that strong will
mm,
and also to get the skill, I think that adaptability to the skill is would be more easy for you.
correct.
Am I right?
Absolutely,
You can
absolutely, sir.
understand. Yeah.
Sir, we are under 2 minutes of wrapping the session, but I am once again thankful to both Sai Niket as well as Veerbhadra sir for making it today's session. I know both of you, sir, actually gracing the session, second time. Actually, I'm so honored. But then we should keep this community dialogue going. As I said, for several weeks, I'm only going to focus on whether we are doing the session and having a dialogue going on. And anyway, this recording will be there up there. Maybe somebody will see this recording. Maybe they'll see only 1 minute. Maybe they'll see only 2 minutes. We don't know what gets triggered where. Yeah.
But it's a highly academic session for me, sir,
Yeah, of course.
because
You have
every
lived through all
interaction.
this. You have lived through all this. Probably this is, a way for you to reflect this again as you are sharing your own learnings,
Yeah.
from pharma marketing. See, you may inspire somebody. See, there are no, see, there are people who are putting these questions, I'm already some 34 years. Can you give me a job? No, nobody can give nobody job. People have to figure
Yes.
out solutions for
Yeah.
themselves.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Maybe this can be a little bit of one effort to, give, some inspiration, and not blind
Definitely, sir.
inspiration.
Thank you so much for actually this dialogue helps us to introspect more actually.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because
Certainly.
I might struck while reading, I might struck while listening to something, but here I can actually ask you, or like I can disagree or agree or whatever it is. But the thing is that dialogue helps us a lot.
We may get
Thank
bumped
you
out
so much.
we may get bumped out anytime. Sorry. Still we are doing with this 40-minute limit, but let's, as it grows, I will consider better solutions. But right now, thank you very much
Sure, sure.
for
Thank you so
everybody.
much. Thank you so
Thank you.
Thank
much
you
for
so much.
conducting this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice
Yeah.
of you, everyone.